Alrighty, let's see how this goes. Chunkcast episode 14. Yeah, this is going to be a rip and roar and wriggling event. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Usually, I just spend my time with the Let's Talk Game Boys, and that's where we've been doing a lot of this kind of stuff. And yeah, what we're going to do, I've had a bit of a day today, so I figured I would just jump in and let's do this. Let's talk about some fun things. And let's get another Chunkcast under the belt. Today, some things that have brought to my attention and have caught my spirit. Now, one thing to talk about is the PS5 reveal. Now, I've got into a bit more of an in-depth conversation with the Let's Talk Games guys over on the channel. But, I've got a few other things that I want to say in more lengthy avenues. And we're going to do it here. So I'm going to quickly just swap over to the trailer here, and let's have a look. Go to me in the window. So we've got this fancy new picture-in-picture mode happening. Yeah. So I'm going to have this playing as a loop while we go. Let's turn the volume up so I don't get screwed in copyright. Yeah, look, PS5. Those of you who know or watch the Let's Talk Games video games thing, what do you call it, podcasts over the weekend, you'll know that I'm not overly a fan. So I didn't quite like the design at all, to be honest. I don't like it. I can't see having that on my little entertainment unit. I really can't. And it just stands out like dog's balls. And this is coming from someone that thinks the original Xbox is one of my favorite consoles ever. I love the look of it and everything. It's big and bombastic and of the era. Now this is future tech, and God, they really stretch out this reveal. It's probably a bit long. Like, I've almost run out of my preamble of talking about this console while it's still being revealed here. So look, you can see it coming here, the V being the 5 Roman numeral, and it's almost vaginal in appearance. It's very clamshell, them lips, them flaps. So you can see it's got a bit of a bum on it. Look, I understand why people like it, but God, that thing looks like it's going to be a prick to clean, a real bastard. I don't see that as being something fun. Like, that black gloss is going to get scratched to shit. I wish these consoles would move away from the gloss. I know the Series X, it's all like a matte finish, and that's really awesome. Most of this looks matte, but that whole center black rim, it's going to be shockingly bad. And I understand why people think that disc area bump thing, it looks like a bit of an afterthought, but I don't think so. I would probably buy one if I was a PlayStation fan with the disc in it, because you can finally play 4K Blu-rays, which you couldn't at all on the PS4 models, either of them. Those LEDs are cool. All those little texture bits are all PlayStation symbols and whatnot. Like, I get it. I get the design. It's cool. There's obviously some thought that's been put into it, and we got a all digital edition. And boy, have the tables turned. Used to be giving Xbox shit for a whole year just for putting out a Xbox One S all digital edition. Man, yeah, they got reamed for that, and all I'm seeing is positivity now for this PlayStation 5 digital one. This is double standards, as I said on Let's Talk Games. Double standards up my ass, really massive, big time. All the hardware looks nice, whatever. I'm just not about it. I really don't. I think we're past the point of having these really super unique looking consoles. The modern aesthetic, yeah, I get it. But can you see that thing sitting in, say you're just a random person like me, relatively okay wage. You don't have the nicest furniture. You don't have the newest technology. And you're just making do with what you've got. And then you've got this, it's half a console taller than the Series X is. and you've got that standing on your entertainment unit next to a half-assed decent TV, and it's just going to stand out. I don't know. Ooh, I just hit my mic boom stand. I don't know. If you're rich or if you're well off and you had lots of nice furniture and white aesthetic and everything was clean, you know, and you lived in a nice place, a nice apartment, you know, white tiles, white walls, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, whatever. I get it. It's meant to look future tech. It's meant to look high end, but it's taller and bigger than the Series X is and less powerful. So go figure. Yeah, I don't know. The event on its own, I didn't really like. What I really liked were some of the stuff that you can't get on Xbox. So I just want to talk about a couple of those for a moment. Let's bring up my notes here. What the PlayStation reveal had that I wish that Xbox would have were the mascot games. So when you think about the mascot games, like not so much Ratchet and Clank, I can do without that, but the Sackboy stuff and the Astro Bot Boy stuff, I thought that I was quite taken by those. I was like, yeah, I'll be right into that kind of stuff. I really liked how they looked, and I wished Xbox would have like a little mascot like that. The last time they tried that was with Blinks the Time Sweeper. I'm going to touch on that in a minute. So yeah, that kind of got me more excited than other things. Godfall, it is coming to Xbox, so that's the other thing that I was like, oh, when I saw that reveal last year, I was like, oh damn, that game looks sweet. But we know that it's only a timed console exclusive and it's coming to PC, so I'm not too concerned anymore. It's another reason that I don't need to get a PS5. I'm not going to be able to afford both the Series X and a PS5. Not going to happen. So I'm kind of drawing the line in the sand for myself. Horizon Zero Dawn 2, whatever it is, East Coast, I can't remember what it's called. That looks just amazing. I wonder how much of that is actually representative of what it looks like in gameplay. And that's the other thing. This reveal event, it was very hyped up. Very hyped up, rightly so. It was the first time they're announcing the console, but I just expected some better games or more heavy hitters, so to speak, that you would expect, or some actual new IP stuff that would make you go, oh my god, yeah, I need a PS5 for this. But I think the hype that this had was it met what the messaging was set online. But people are comparing this to the Xbox Series X third-party announcement reveal, which was like a half hour or not even. I don't even think it was an hour. I can't remember. And it was all third-party stuff, just random things, but a lot of it looked awesome. And it was really just hyped up to see the next Assassin's Creed. But people are comparing that to this. Not a fair comparison at all. So the argument and the conversation online is just so backwards. So backwards. It's just the Sony fanboys are going insane. Like, yeah, you've got your moment. You've seen what your new machine looks like and how big it's going to be, and get prepared to pay for it. And they didn't mention anything about backwards compatibility, if I can even say it. They didn't even hint at it. Nothing. Or how much it's going to cost. We still don't really know what this thing's going to do. We just know some games that are coming out on it and what it looks like. And it's just a render. Like no one's been in the same room as this. Like you can't see anyone being in the same room like they did with the Series X. And you can get around the whole, but COVID-19, yeah, but you can get one person in a room distanced with another cameraman. You know, there's ways around it. And just get some fanboy or someone high up in the YouTube echelon to show it off. I don't know. That's what I was more expecting. A real hands-on. They've had so much time to give us something about this console, and this is all we've got to see for it so far. Yeah, so I don't know. Whatever you think, I'm happy if you're happy. I just don't really care much for it. The controller is sexy as hell. I don't like the flaps on that thing. It's I've had a lot of time to think about it, and a lot of time back and forth talking to myself about why don't I like it. And I just feel like I just don't get it. I just don't feel it. It doesn't speak to me. I don't see myself wanting to look at that when I'm in my lounge room. Or, obviously when you're playing a game, you're not even looking at it. But you'll see the LED strips. If that'll be distracting, I don't know. I really don't. Sexy controller though, really is. Maybe my idea of it will change. I don't know. Just initially, I'm not too worried that it's different looking. That's not it at all. Because if you look back at all the old consoles, the GameCube, the Dreamcast, they all look significantly different from each other. And it's only until this current gen that we're in that everything started having some kind of a uniformity about it. I've literally just finished work and I'm just talking my head off all day. So just bear with me. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? This is just me rambling on my still processed reactions to it. I don't know yet. So we'll see how we go. I'll keep an open mind about it. But until then, I'm still on the Xbox train. Now, what I want to go over, just quickly, has came up today, actually. Old mate Jamie tagged me in this new game video trailer thing, or he shared it to me in Messenger. So let's just bring it up on the screen here for a moment. It's called Gory Cuddly Carnage. Now, those of you who know me, I'm an advocate of Blinx the Time Sweeper. That's what I mentioned just before. And I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. I'm not going to sneeze. I'm not going to sneeze. Not going to sneeze. I'm not editing this later. Done. So Blinx the Time Sweeper on the original Xbox was the last time Xbox really tried to come up with some kind of cutesy, furry mascot of sorts. And I keep moving my headphones around because I'm getting this weird delay. And I really liked it. I really liked the character design and everything. The character designer designed Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's obvious when you see it. But this, I had instant thoughts of, is this a sequel or a spiritual successor to Blinx the Time Sweeper? So we'll just watch it. I'm going to turn on my desktop audio, and we're going to press play. Turn that down a bit. Angry Demon Studios. He should have boots on. That's what I think anyway. Now he doesn't talk. He just meows. This looks insane. Unicorns, I don't get it, man. It's like Trick Style, Blinx the Time Sweeper. I'm all about this. That looks fun. I don't care what anyone says. It really does. I'm pretty chuffed that's a thing. I don't know when it's coming out. There's no extra detail, I don't think, in here. It's coming to Series X, PS5, Steam, you can pre-order it or something. But yeah, this was announced Summer of Gaming. Yeah, I'm seeing other write-ups about it, that it's a mixture of Conker's Bad Fur Day as well. Get a quick shot of this little cat. Back on screen here, something to talk about. Whoa, I didn't notice that. The unicorns are growing? And they've got guns for arms. Of course they do. Alright, let's just leave it there. Yeah, so this game, don't know. I'm lost for words almost. I mean, it's got all the things I like. It's got hoverboards on it. It's like Tony Hawk, Trick Style, futuristic, like Blinx the Time Sweeper. I like cats, particularly cats with goggles on their head like Blinx does. Yeah, like until I get a Blinx the Time Sweeper sequel or remake, I guess I'm just going to have to get into this. It's all I've got. I know. I just thought I'd add this in here. This was a very last minute addition to this. So I don't know. Let me know what you think below. I don't care like if you hate it or not. I'm going to play the shit out of this when it comes out. Yeah. So next up, there's something pretty huge potentially on the horizon. I don't know if many of you guys have heard about it yet, but some of the news came out around the last couple of days, let's say. Now, all these studios are selling up, swapping studios, swapping IPs, buying each other up. You know, there's a whole monopoly stuff going on. AT&T, they've just acquired Warner Brothers last year and Warner Media, like in its entirety, and everything that comes below that, like HBO as well, and DC Comics. So now we've got news coming out that we'll swap back over to this picture-in-picture mode. This is happening. So we've got a report here saying that AT&T looking to sell Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment division. Now that's a big deal. I hope that sound didn't come through. Fucking Windows, man. Goddamn Windows. So yeah, this sale potentially about $4 billion. That's a big deal. Doesn't matter what side of the field that you play on. So whatever company it says here, it'll fetch a price of $4 billion. Potential interested parties: Take-Two Interactive, oh god, Electronic Arts, and Activision. Like 2 or 3 of the worst companies that I could ever fathom potentially owning any option to the DC characters, Mortal Kombat, or anything like that. But here we are. This is what we're looking at. So Warner Brothers Interactive, if you don't know, comprised of developers such as NetherRealm. We know them for Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Rocksteady, fame for the Arkham series. Monolith Productions, Shadow of Mordor series. TT Games is Lego Games. Avalanche Software, Disney Infinity, whatever. And several other Warner Brothers studios. So I don't know why they're selling their gaming division off, or why they're even thinking about it. Like licenses for Game of Thrones, Harry Potter and Cars, and assorted others. Now, I don't know if the DC Comics properties come with this. I think that's still under the Warner Media banner. So Warner Media, Warner Brothers, DC Comics, and AT&T at the very top. So I think DC Comics licenses out their characters to these studios. So I think we can not be too worried about that. But this mentions that if the deal does go through, it'll feature some sort of licensing agreement. So, you know, whatever the status quo is will essentially keep going. So, yeah, I mean, it does say here what I kind of just touched on, the shuffling up Warner and AT&T, blah, blah, blah. Go on here. Yeah, anyway. So this is where it all comes into play with the release of Snyder Cut campaign that finalized with the announcement that AT&T have been promoting the hell out of the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And now this. Now, those of us in the know, we're fully aware that games and the gaming industry, God, that fucking smoke light needs a new battery. Smoke light? Smoke detector. That's what I meant to say. Needs a new battery. Anyway, games and the games industry make more money hand over fist than Hollywood. Why they're thinking about selling off their interactive division, I don't know. I would think that they might want to double down on that, because I guarantee you that there's a high chance that the games that they're making either make just as much money as their movies or more. So wouldn't you want to bolster that going into the future and the way the landscape has changed? You've got some epic developers under your belt here. Just alone, NetherRealm Studios, highly competent studio. They've set the bar high for every fighting game on the planet and just every other video game for cinematic storytelling. Really, the way they do their cutscenes and their storytelling, it's like top tier. It's amazing. Rocksteady Studios, just as much. Man, you just have to play any of their Arkham games. I haven't played any other game that they've made. I don't know what else they've done. But that just goes to show you how awesome those games are. They've yet to prove themselves otherwise. But God, you just look at Arkham Knight. That game looks still better than most games do now. Back then when it released in 2014, I want to say. Or 2015. Close to 2015, I think, because they had Batman v Superman DLC in 2016. So around then. Yeah. So look, if we've got EA and Activision interested in this, like I did see some tweets online saying that Xbox or Microsoft are kind of, kicking the can as far as, they're prodding the deal with their foot kind of thing, like just giving a kick like you would with a new car kicking the tires. Like they're doing that. Were they interested maybe of, shut up you stupid fire thing? Were they thinking about maybe looking at it? Because imagine that, man. Imagine if Xbox Game Studios acquired Rocksteady, Monolith, NetherRealm. My God. That would be fantastic. Like, I'm not sure if the IPs... Like, NetherRealm's... Mortal Kombat is NetherRealm's. NetherRealm's is Mortal Kombat. So you think that would come with? I don't know. Or if it's like Warner Bros. Interactive that holds all of that IP, but with the sale take over all of that. I'm not sure how all the ins and outs works, but let's just imagine for a moment. Xbox Game Studios purchases the Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment thing as a whole. They all have exclusivity to Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat under one company. And you've got Rocksteady Studios. Man, you just have to give them, I don't know, one of their old IPs to bring back. God, what would I pick? Oh, you could do like a revamped Brute Force. Or give Blinks a Time Sweeper to Rocksteady. Oh my God. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, look, you can make up something new. A new IP would probably be best. Because, Kung Fu Chaos, you're not really going to bring that back, are you? I've got a whole shelf over there full of exclusives, Xbox games I probably should have brought over. Jade Empire, do another sequel to that. I don't know. Endless, man. A studio like that, yeah. Bring over the DC license with Rocksteady to do an exclusive Xbox Superman game like PlayStation has with their Spider-Man games. There it is. That's what I want. Make it happen. Oh God, I want to live in that world. I really do. Anyway, so you can tell I'm pretty excited about that prospect and maybe the chance if that does happen. Who knows? That is the mystery. Right. So enough about that one. It's all conjecture and rusing. So you can see I've put my headphones just further on my head because I don't know why. There's a delay. There wasn't last night when I was doing my sound check. Everything was sounding great, and it was like 1-to-1. Don't know why it's not happening now. So I've moved it forward a bit so I can actually freaking hear myself and what it sounds like. But if I start tripping over my words, that is why. So the next thing I want to talk about, it's a couple of nice, quick, fluffy ones. So we'll skip over here. DC is now going to host their own convention in August. So we know the movies haven't been coming out. No movie's been coming out. Everything has been pushed back and delayed. Keeps getting delayed. Wonder Woman 1984 has been pushed back to, I think, October now. So this would fit in right well with this. And just with this whole Zack Snyder thing happening and the revamp or the remake of the Justice League film, like coming back with the proper cut, it just sounds like they're trying to get all their ducks in a row. Like Marvel has their Disney events. Disney holds their own like Star Wars celebration events. This to me sounds like DC, under the guise and push of AT&T, they want to have DC being a big deal. And I'm all about that. I'm all about it. Oh my God. Let's go down to the rumor. In an exclusive report, DC is said to be planning their own digital convention entitled DC Fandom. It's a play on words for fandom, if you didn't know. I'm going to call it DC Fandom going forwards, will be a free multimedia event on August 22nd. I'm going to have to put it in my calendar to take a day off. And it will be only available for a 24-hour period. Shit. Does that mean you can only watch it live and then it's off the internet forever? Interesting. GWW. Is that a magazine? Yeah, .com must be. States that DC's virtual convention will be a global event that promises new announcements from WB Games. Interesting, considering we just got finished talking about film and TV comics. God, come on, DC. Come on. And that fans should expect virtual appearances from the cast and filmmakers of currently scheduled films and shows such as The Batman, Black Adam, The Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1984, Titans, Doom Patrol, and Stargirl. Man, that's all exciting. As soon as there's a Superman included in that, with Henry Cavill in it, I might just get a bit more excited. So what this means, I highlighted that for a reason. The action of a studio hosting their own separate convention isn't unheard of. Disney has been doing it for years with D23. Yep, just hinted at that. And it looks as if DC is using the method of a virtual convention to test the waters on their own version of an exclusively Warner Brothers-centric space. You got to remember, Warner Brothers has a shitload of IP. They really do. They pump out some of the biggest movies on the planet. So it's any wonder why they're thinking about this, or AT&T pushing them along. Given that DC Fandom is set to begin a month after San Diego's Comic-Con, DC might be skipping SDCC at home altogether. Makes sense. Or at least plans to leave some larger reveals for their own virtual con. This might set a precedent. I hate that word. This might set a precedent for Disney to do the same, or even other studios to join in on hosting their own digital conventions. Makes sense. The news also just suggests that DC is indeed planning on revealing footage and news of their upcoming films. Oh my god. And there was always a chance they skipped SDCC at home altogether, and that fans will likely see some highly anticipated first looks at Robert Pattinson's Batman. I'm not interested. Really not interested in that. James Gunn's Suicide Squad. Interested. Keen to see what he does with that. And all the other features DC has been keeping tightly under wraps. Yeah, quite a lot. But we know some of that. Maybe we'll even get some teasers as to where Henry Cavill's Superman may show up next. Oh, Lord. Give it to me right up my ass. As the DCU currently lulls in a sort of creative limbo. Yeah, it sucked, man. Sucks. An event like this could be just what DC needs to reassure fans with a solid plan for the studio's future. My God, yes. Bring it on home. Yeah, look, I cannot wait to see what this is all about. My hype levels are pretty up there at the moment. If this Zack Snyder's Justice League is anything to go on, with a potential indicator, let's say, of where they're going to go, and rumours are on the internet, if they are true, goddamn, I will just start applying the lube now and get ready to take it. Woo! Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I do a lot of that innuendo stuff. I mean, I'm a bit of a Superman fan over there and a bit of an Xbox fan there, and I need a Henry Cavill standee thing over here. That'd be pretty handy. But anyway, next, it's kind of more similar kind of vein. This, for those of you who know me, once again, you can see up there. You can't, but I can. Up there, there's some Power Ranger stuff up there. Oh my God, that little fire smoke detector alarm thing. I will change your battery. Just shut up. Yeah. Right. So let's have a look. Get through this. Just bear with me. Hasbro hires former HBO head to oversee Power Rangers, Transformers, and DDD. I don't care about that. The Power Rangers and Transformers part I do care about. This guy, the head of HBO, at the time, he greenlit, where does it say down here? Under his umbrella, right, he's going to be doing that, blah, blah, blah. Where did I read it? Oh, here we are. Lombardo is his name. He's worked with HBO for the past 33 years. Greenlit projects like Game of Thrones, I'm sure Veep is huge somewhere on the planet. I've never heard of it. True Detective. Oh boy, it's just that one episode that I really care about. Boardwalk Empire is something I've always wanted to watch. It looks fantastic, and more. So you know that he likes his serious stuff and working with new IPs. So anyway, this guy, he's going to be kind of headlining or green lighting, or heading. I'm just going to say heading. The new Hasbro franchises. So holy shit, it's about time that they've got like one person that knows what they're doing in to promote this kind of stuff and direct it, steer the ship, change the rudder direction, whatever else you want to call it. I think Power Rangers has needed some recourse, redirection, or straightening up ever since they came back. What, 2011 now I think it is? I can't remember. Look, I really liked Megaforce. That was the first time it came back from Disney back into Haim Saban's hands, and they tried to recapture that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers feel, and it kind of did, kind of didn't, but I fell for it. Hook, line and sinker, loved it. And before that they did Power Rangers Samurai and Super Samurai. It was alright. It's very Nickelodeon. It's very clean. It's very friendly, very family safe. So I'm hoping if this guy takes an overseas, which is the word he uses here, Power Rangers, that we might go back to, if you go back and watch some of the 90s Hasbro era and the Disney era stuff, some of it gets pretty dark, and it doesn't insults you as a child, you know, and even as a teen or a young adult, you can appreciate some of the themes that it puts forward in the show. And it's not all just, you know, everybody's got gleaming white teeth and perfect skin and all their clothes are, you know, ironed very nicely and their hair's all like gelled and everything and so clean cut. That's the word I was looking for. Clean cut. 2 words would have saved me all those other words. Anyway, there was a time before of Diamond Absolutes where there were darker themes in Power Rangers, and I hope that they bring that back, because the comics that I read from Boom Studios, they're not really for kids. You know, it's not like massively mature or anything, but it doesn't insult me. Like, I don't feel bad or silly or wrong for reading the comics. They're actually really good stories and have some dark themes in them. And if any of those shows that this guy's overseen, anything to be indicated, my God, are we in for a treat? You know, there's some bit naughty things happen in those shows. And imagine that if we got like an adult-centric Power Rangers. Oh, that could be all kinds of hot. I'm just saying. Could be all kinds of hot. And what if we get like a Transformers crossover with Power Rangers? Megazord versus Devastator or something? Oh my God. Oh shit. I'd be all about that, man. Oh my goodness. I mean, Power Rangers is crossing over with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Justice League and stuff like that, and Batman on their own. I think there was a few other crossovers. Anyway, Transformers has done a crossover of fucking My Little Pony recently, so they'll just cross them over with anyone. So who knows what's going to happen? I want to see some like Pink Ranger titty. Yeah, Pink Ranger titty. Yeah, so that's exciting news. Last but not least, this is me. This is Uncle Chun. I am me. What I want to say is this has been fun. It's good to be back. Hopefully everybody's safe out there. It's been pretty hectic. Look, I've avoided doing stuff like this for a while because in my last video I mentioned that I'm always in this room. Always. Well, at least most of my waking hours I'm in this room. But my computer has also been the problem, where I'll try to edit things and it just won't. It'll just fall over all the time. So I've got this happening now, where I can do it all on the fly. I can have some fun with it while I'm talking about something, and I'm going to rage at that fucking fire alarm any minute now. So I can do this on the fly and upload it. You know, all I need to do is to take some, prior show notes and get into it. And I had some fun. I don't have to think about it too much. I can just have a bit of fun, waxing lyrical, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And it's good to be back. I know this was a bit rough and raw, like I said at the start, but I kind of like it. So I'm not taking it too serious. I do wish and hope that I can get back to a more studio-looking setup eventually one day. This doesn't look too bad. Like, we're all in different circumstances at the moment. We're all stuck at home still. Hopefully, some of the rules have been bending for you and restrictions are lifting where you are. And we can all get back to some kind of normalcy. My gym has opened up. I've been back there for a week. And they're not open 24/7 yet, so I've missed a couple of days in the last few days because I slept in, didn't I? I missed my 5 a.m. gym session because I have to work at 7 o'clock. First world problems. Anyway, it's been great. I'm glad that you stopped by and spent half an hour with me ranting on about some topics that really grabbed my eye over the last week. And I really wanted to say something about it because I don't really have anywhere else to. So I figured I may as well just do it here rather than just like tweeting something randomly out into the ether and no one see it. I can talk about it, have some visual aid, and maybe someone out there that watches this didn't know about that, and then they can go, "Oh my God, John, I had no idea. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that with me, and now I know more. And you're cool, and I'm going to subscribe to you because you're cool and you like things that I like, and you have an Xbox Lite. That's really cool. I have another Xbox Lite coming too. If you weren't fully aware of what side of the field that I bat for, is that one right there. And there's an Xbox, original Xbox. It's down over there. I need to hook it up and put it out there, put it out in the lounge room, but it's over there because I'm waiting for a HDMI cable for it. It's all hectic. Anyway, thanks for listening to me in my ramble and spending half an hour, now about almost 40 minutes of your day with me. I appreciate it because that's 40 minutes you'll never get back, but I will take it. My name is Uncle Chud. Thank you. Please come back next time. I'm lonely.
Oh, yes, Uncle Chud.